Next, we'll learn how to create new content from scratch.
We'll start by creating a new page. From the WordPress dashboard, we'll go to Pages, Add New. We'll give our page a name and click Save. This brings us to the Elementor editor, where we have a blank page aside from the header, footer, and page title. Let's remove the page title. From the top bar, we'll go to Settings, and from the left panel, switch Hide Title to Yes. Great! Now let's see how to use containers to add new content. We'll click the plus icon from the top bar to get our widget menu. We could either drag in a container for a default layout or click the plus icon in the canvas to specify our container structure. Selecting the down arrow aligns our content vertically into one column, and the right pointing arrow aligns our content horizontally. We also have more complex layouts to choose from. We'll choose the first structure, and sure enough, our direction is set to column vertical. Let's add an image to our container. By the way, you can also single-click on a widget instead of dragging it in to insert it into the selected container. I'll use a square image. You can use any square image to follow along. In Style, we'll change the size. We have a number of different units we can use to set our image size, but if you're just getting started, I recommend using % or pixels. I'll set the width to 150 pixels. Although the image width is set to 150 pixels, when a container's direction is vertical, the widget itself takes up 100% of the column's width. Let's see what that means. We'll right-click and duplicate the image. Since the first widget takes up the entire width of the container, it forces the second widget down to the next row. Let's duplicate it again. Now we'll select the container. We'll change the direction to row horizontal. Row takes into account the image width as opposed to the widget width. We can adjust the widget's spacing using the Justify Content settings. Start is the default setting. Center, End, and space between are used commonly, and there are a few more justification options for even more control. Next, we'll cover container content width and min height. But first, I'll add a border to the container to help demonstrate the content width and min height settings. The default content width is set to boxed, which means that while the container always takes up the full width of our viewport, its content takes up the width specified here under Width. In other words, the content is boxed in to the container. If we change the width to full width, you can see from the border that when we adjust the width, the container itself takes up the specified width, but its content takes up the full width of the container. By default, a container acquires the height of the widgets placed within it, but we can also specify a container's minimum height, which means that the container will always take up at least the specified value, regardless of its content. We can also apply custom settings to an individual widget from the Advanced tab, such as alignment. We can even place containers inside containers and customize their individual settings too. The flexibility of containers really shines in responsive layouts. You can adjust nearly every setting for different device sizes.
There are more container settings to explore for advanced layouts, but these are the basic layouts to get you off to a great start. The best way to get comfortable with containers is to get hands-on and play around with the different types of layouts. Start with simple layouts and gradually work your way up to more complex container layouts until you're a pro. We'll include a link to our Flexbox Containers Playground in the video description, where you'll find 10 interactive container lessons. Congratulations! You now have the tools and knowledge you need to build your first WordPress website. To learn more about web creation and how to grow your business online, subscribe to our channel and check out the resources listed in the description. Please feel free to ask questions and share links to your work in the comments. Till next time! See you soon, and thanks for watching.